Alright guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. I'm recording this morning my time because I'm busy tonight, so I thought there's news that came out last night, might as well record the video now for later today. Big news, of course, is that Zuma is confirmed to the New York City team. We'll look at the rumoured roster for that team as well. Very interesting one. It does fall in line with the rumour we had for that team, so it kind of confirms, or doesn't confirm, but at least confirms part of the rumoured roster we had. So we'll have a look at that in a second and see what the rumoured roster is meant to be for New York City. Very interesting stuff. Few other things to talk about as well, so we'll get into that even in the coming minutes. So like if you guys enjoy the video, subscribe if you're new as always, I would greatly appreciate it. And first of all, this weekend we have a Black Ops 2 throwback tournament. Hitch tends to do this pretty much every year. And these are the teams. So, Black Ops 2 throwback teams, Gunless, Arcetes, Pristini, Envoy. So, we'll have a look through these I don't know to what degree this implies Rostermania stuff. But look, Pristini on this team with Gunless, Arcetes, Envoy. Of course, these three are rumoured to be on a team with Scump and Formal, right? So, maybe this says something. Of course, Arcetes playing with his brother Pristini, but Pristini is supposed to be going to that Florida team. At least that's the rumour. Kenny rallied Blazd and Mutex is an interesting squad. 4Play is coming back to action here alongside Bielfire, Sender and Burns. So some real OGs. And then you've got, well, I mean, this is going to be a scary squad. Aches, Crimsix, Karma and Clay bringing that squad back. So this is just filthy. You love to see it, to be honest. Shame we don't really have the some particular OpTic teams here for them to go up against, but I guess we do have this Killer, Parasite, Embos and Mosh squad, so a little bit of Furico coming back. Realize, Gucci, Remy and Equip, Johnny, Twiz, Nelson, TCM, so obviously kind of running out of players that are willing to play at this point, no offense. Exotic, Machilla, Tupac and T-Tiny, so some interesting teams. Of course, Aches, Crim, Karma, Clay I guess is coming in favourites here, then probably this Gunless team I would have to say, but interesting. Black Ops 2, anything can happen. It's going to be hosted this weekend on the Esports Stadium live stream on Saturday and Sunday starting at noon both days. Not sure exactly where Hitch lives, so when he says noon I'm not exactly sure what time zone it is. I don't really want to guess, but I'm sure you guys will say that down in the comment section below. But keep that in mind for this weekend. There is going to be an event to actually watch and to experience some throwback Call of Duty, so I'm looking forward to that one. Moving onwards then, we have this from Hex. I thought I'd share you guys this clip. So he mentions that he's owned the domain name for the Chicago CoD team for a very long time. He's had this idea of going to Chicago for ages now, and he already owns the domain name, which is interesting because we've been hearing a couple of things coming out over the last few days or so related to the Toronto Ultra, which is supposedly trademarked now, the LA Gorillas, the London Ravens being all trademarked names. Now, if Chicago's already had a name that's owned for like a whole year, I'm sure people are jumping on the bandwagon to try and search through the trademark database to find out what this could be. So maybe we'll see something related to this in the coming hours or days, whatever. Maybe someone will be able to figure it out from what Hector says, but I'll play you the clip now.
Haven't made any announcements on the Call of Duty stuff, but you know, Chicago Call of Duty is going to be dope, okay? Because it's not just going to be Chicago. Anyway, I'm really psyched. I'm really psyched about everything that we're going to be doing in the upcoming week. We have brand reveal. Okay, we for the longest time I've had this name in my head. Okay, I bought the domain like a year ago, I think, and I had this thought when I saw it. I'm like, man, that's crazy. That's a dope-ass name. It's the way that I saw it. And
so very interesting stuff. Seems like he's had it all planned out for a long time. Of course, I'll leave this linked down below as always. And yeah, let's move on here to some more Rostermania rumor-related stuff. This comes out from Kroenke yesterday, related to Mindfreak and the Dens, Shocks and Luca Australian guys. And this is a pretty big deal for those of you who may be from Australia. I know there's not that many people who watch my videos from over there, but of course, it is it's a difficult time for you guys, right? Because we don't have a city in Australia, New Zealand for the upcoming season. It's very difficult to say exactly what's going to happen to your players. Shocks is a guy who I think he's just finished his university stuff, so he's coming in at a time where hopefully he'll be able to get himself on a team. But, you know, if not, it's really looking slow, right? And Dens has just come off that reciprocity team when some of his teammates have already signed up to this London squad, and it doesn't seem like Dens is going to be going there. Of course, it makes sense in terms of their branding. And then Luca was a fantastic player this past season, and, you know, It doesn't seem like he's nothing confirmed yet, right? But they are gauging interest, as Kroenke says, from multiple franchises as potential starters, trying to piece together the final 4 rosters, but I believe the franchises interested are Paris and possibly Minnesota, unsure if any have signed. So, interesting stuff. We will have a look again at the rumours towards the latter half of this video, just to see like what we're looking at here, and the 4 teams that aren't yet confirmed that these guys could potentially be going to. So, yeah, thanks for Do You Even Keegan for pointing this out to me on Twitter. 1 more month till we are back in business, and TJ responds with this image of Slasher and TJ, and this actually didn't even really occur to me, the fact that Slasher and TJ had so much success on Rise Nation in World War II, and the fact that they're potentially teaming up again. Slasher, TJ, bringing back, of course, now Dashi on the team, rumoured to be, and Kenny as well, which is just like, oh my god, this team, whatever, we'll talk about that in coming days. So this is an implication that Los Angeles Immortals OpTic team is going to have Slasher and Kenny on it, at least. That's the rumour at the current time. Journey says the following as well, breaking news, thanks to Atomic Hod for pointing this out to me as well. So to what degree this means he's signed anywhere, but you know, all the comments are kind of implying like, you know, something good has happened. So whether he actually has signed, rumoured to maybe be, I'm not sure about Toronto, but it's been linked to some of these squads, and I think he should land somewhere, because he was definitely one of the top players in the CWL last year, at least at certain moments. So Atomic Odd says the following as well. Alex tweets this, implying he has signed a contract. So crazy stuff, to be honest. He doesn't seem like he's going to be on the London team. That's rumoured to be Jordan rated. But where he ends up, maybe he's got a substitute spot. There's 4 teams still that we don't really know their rosters. So honestly, the remaining teams that we don't have rumours for could be some crazy rosters. Some Australian guys thrown in, some Spanish guys thrown in. You know, Alex is probably going to be finding himself there somewhere. So thought this was interesting to mention. Also the following, just to say that Chicago, of course, the rumoured team of Scump, Formal, Envoy, Arcites and Gunless, they liked the tweet from Formal when he replied to Scump saying, I sure do. So thanks to Eddie12 for pointing this out to me, because, you know, we're just trying to look for confirmations that these rumours are true, so I can try and sell it to you guys a little bit more. Interesting here from FaZe Attached, just before we move on to the Zuma stuff then, was lucky enough to come across etc, etc, etc. TJ does a little bit of reply. We run this city, Tej. Enable doesn't want no smoke. We don't claim run anymore around here. LA kid now. So interesting, of course. TJ rumoured to be on that Los Angeles team. On OpTic, he mentions LA kid. Maybe it doesn't mean anything, but something to consider. So, this was the announcement yesterday. I'll play the announcement video for you guys now when Zuma's talking to the camera here. He's looking fresh. Join us in welcoming Thomas Zuma Paparato to the Andbox official family. It's good to have you home. So, really interesting stuff here. I'll play the video.
What's going on, guys? Zuma here. Just wanted to officially announce that I've joined the Andbox family and will be representing New York in the upcoming Call of Duty season. As those of you may know, I grew up near the city, so being so close to family and friends is truly a blessing, alongside some of the most passionate fans. I'm super excited to play alongside an amazing roster and represent New York on the world stage. To all the supporters, I promise to work extremely hard for you guys and try and make you guys all proud. Feels good to be home.
Of course, maybe the craziest part about this is that Zuma has been on FaZe Clan for ages, right? He's been on it for like 4 years. A nice little tribute tweet that FaZe Clan does here. Would be nice to see a video put together or something related to his time here, because won a lot of championships, a fair few championships at least with this team. Has got distance, and also of course in the World War II season, winning that Stage 1 playoffs was insane. I'm not sure if he was MVP at that event, but I think he was, the one where they beat OpTic in 2 best of 5. So honestly, he's been on FaZe forever. It's really crazy to see him not related to FaZe anymore, right? So a lot of things changing here, and he's finally taken FaZe out of his name. Attach still has it in his name, and we'll go on in a second to the rumoured roster, because he is rumoured to be joining up back with Attach going on to this New York City squad. And a lot of it does make quite a lot of sense when we look at the teams that FaZe Clan had in the last season. But Zuma's been a great player, especially on the boots on the ground games. This year he wasn't like a dominant force in the Black Ops 4 season, but in World War II he was considered early on, the first like 6 months or so, from like that 3 to 6 month period in the game. He was considered like one of the best SMGs, aggressive SMGs in the game. Towards the end, maybe TJ had the edge or whatever, but Zuma at the start of the game was very, very strong on that boots on the ground title. Just constant aggression, right? So I think he'll be a great addition to a team this year. Very clutch player, really a veteran. So and seems like a pretty great guy as well. So interesting to see him leave FaZe, of course, after 4 years. That's just a side effect of franchising, I guess, that this is the kind of things that are going to happen. And FaZe obviously didn't get a spot right now. We know it's locked at 12, so we know that FaZe aren't going to be investing. Maybe next year there's a chance, who knows, but FaZe Clan are not going to be in the CDL this year. Maybe I can talk about that in more depth in coming days, who knows. So these are the rumours right now. So this is the remainder of the New York team that we just looked at. Accuracy, Temp, Attach, Zuma and Zero. This was rumoured a while ago. So this is supposedly what we're going to be looking at here. Now Attach and Zuma, of course, long-time duo on FaZe Clan, and Attach, of course, went to Evil Geniuses this season. I think he rejected the decision to go to FaZe. He could have come to FaZe instead of a Seam, but he decided to go to EG, or basically got persuaded by Cap to go to EG, whatever. But Zero, of course, was also on that FaZe Clan team. So it kind of makes sense to have Zuma and Zero if they got on from before. Bringing back Attach from FaZe, who Zuma has teamed with for a long time, and then bringing in Accuracy and Temp. Now, the Accuracy and Temp part is probably the most interesting, given that these guys teamed on Splyce earlier this year, and Temp was probably somewhat influential in getting Accuracy dropped off the team when he did. Then they brought in Nolson, then they brought in Hook towards the end, and didn't have any more success, and in fact were beaten out at Champs, I think, by Evil Geniuses with Accuracy on it. So, interesting to see that Temp had some relation to getting Accuracy dropped, probably, but yet they're teaming together here. I guess their personalities mesh kind of well, so it'll be an interesting squad, a very, very strong squad, to be honest. I'm not sure exactly where to place it, if the rumor is true. Probably middle upper of the pack kind of thing, because I really rate Temp. I think that these guys are a really solid core. And then Accuracy, like, I rate Temp as an individual player. I don't think, like, he quite has it in him yet to win an event, but maybe this team could manage it. We know that Accuracy did it on TK at the start of World War II in back-to-back events, so we don't even know if we're going to have events, to be honest, so that's a discussion for another day. But Accuracy was very good in the World War II season, which makes me think that this squad could be pretty deadly. Of course, they've got Revan and they've got JP behind them as analysts, and I know that Revan's coach, JP, is an analyst, and I know that they were talking about trying to make sure that their team is built for a time of, not just built for Black Ops 4 season, but built for previous games as well. And these guys are all guys, maybe with the exception of Temp, but even Advanced Warfare World War II, he was a good player, just maybe has got other elements to his game that make him not so attractive to franchises, but he's got on this team. These are all players that have done it in multiple titles in the past, which I think is one thing that New York has going for it, whereas Atlanta is really a risky business, right? So I thought this is an interesting squad. These are the 8 rumoured teams right now, and that's pretty much all I had to discuss for today. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like if you did, subscribe if you're new as always. Thanks for watching as always. I'm sure there's probably been an announcement by the time this video goes live. I'll cover that tomorrow. Do not worry one bit. Thanks for watching as always. I'll see you next time.